And on that bit, we cross over to County Hall in the County of Nairobi, where the vetting of cabinet secretaries exercise kicked off this morning. Timothy Kipnusu is on that bit. Timothy, good afternoon.
A very good afternoon to you, Irene Mchuma Odim, there at the Broadcasting House. Yes, indeed, as you've mentioned, I'm coming to you live from County Hall here in Nairobi, where the vetting of different names that were presented to the National Assembly of the 15-member committee is ongoing. It is a very tough race, of course, here in Parliament. The first person that has been vetted, of course, is Musalia Mudavadi, who is the former party leader of ANC. And of course, the first thing that he did is to confirm to the panel that he has relinquished his position as the party leader, as it is required by law. And of course, also a number of issues were, as he was subjected to a number of issues, of course, presenting a clearance certificate from the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission, of course, also from the Director of Criminal Investigations, of course, from the HELB, and also to ensure that also he has a clearance certificate from the Kenya Revenue Authority. Musalia Mudavadi has been subjected to a total scrutiny by the 15-member committee. He was tasked to confirm to the committee that indeed he was never implicated in corruption. Of course, then the benchmark of this particular vetting process is to ensure that they look at the issues to do with corruption. Of course, the Public Officer Ethics Act, of course, also the Leadership and Integrity Act, and of course the Ethics and Corruption Economics Crimes Act. And he convinced the panel or the 15-member committee that indeed he has never been implicated, and a number of issues, including the Goldenback scandal, the Anglo leasing, has came up, and a number of questions in regards to him being implicated, and he say he was just a state witness and not a culprit for that matter. He has also been tasked to convince the panel on the allegations of him grabbing land, the Woodley estate, and he also said that he is paying rent that like any other person, and the land is now in the hands of the county government of Nairobi. Mudavadi also was tasked to convince the panel that if at all the cabinet secretaries will be able to be attending the sessions, of course, coming to Parliament to answer questions in regards to their ministries, bearing in mind that that has been key in the Kenya Kwanza government. Him being the prime minister, of course, being in charge of all the ministers, he was also asked if at all he will ensure that all those cabinet ministers serving in the 22 positions are going to be subjected to scrutiny in Parliament. And the second person to face the panel, of course, is the former National Assembly Speaker, Justin Muturi. For your information, he will go in record as one of the people that will serve in the three arms of government, that is executive, legislature, and of course, judiciary. And he is optimistic, exuding confidence that he will be able to go through the process successfully. He was tasked also to tell the panel how he will manage to ensure that the cases of the government, being a legal advisor to the government, to ensure that cases are not lost. Remember the previous regime, the Attorney General Office lost a number of cases, and he answered saying it's not a must for them to win a case. Of course, also he was also asked how we'll deal with the issue of extrajudicial killings and disappearance. Also, a number of issues that has come up clearly is the cabinet secretaries disobeying court orders, and he was categorical that this will not happen in this regime. Justin Muturi was also tasked to talk about this issue that has been ongoing, the constituency development fund that the Supreme Court looked at it as unconstitutional, and also, of course, he said it's very important important that that particular money should be to get back to the members of parliament so that they can be able to spearhead development in their different constituency. And of course, the panel, the 15-member committee led by the former that is the current senator of Bungoma, and of course that is Moses Masiko Wetangula, of course the former, that is the former. They are going for a break for 1 hour, and they will be coming back, and the person that will face the panel, that is Aden Duale, the former, of course, the member of parliament for Garissa Township. He will be also subjected to scrutiny to defend his suitability occupying that very important docket of defense cabinet secretary. Of course, we'll be here keeping tabs on what will be happening after Duale. Of course, we'll have the member of parliament for Kandara, who is also defending or trying to prove that he's worth serving in the docket of water, of the cabinet ministry, in the water and irrigation. And of course, after that, we will have Alfred Mutua, the former governor of Machakos, also will be subjected to scrutiny to defend his suitability as to serve as the foreign affairs in the foreign affairs ministry. And of course, from me, Timothy Kipnusu, I hand you back to you in studio, Irene Muchuma.